Just finished church, Mum. Happy Mother's Day. When Mum was alive, whatever she said, she was the boss, you know. But when she died, I became the boss. I wanted to get cremated, get my ashes thrown on top of Mum, put a rose, and I'll come back as a rose each year. You look at your lifestyle and the food like that, and you go from 3 pig heads down to 1 pig head, and like that, and the blood still reads the same, eh? Go away, fly, I'm not dead yet. Yeah.
Boxer is in the late stages of type 2 diabetes.
I went to the doctors one time, some years, 10 years before. Oh, you're a bit of diabetes, you know? Oh, yeah. And so I have to do these things even though I don't like it. But I do it in such a way that I don't take time off to do it. If you take time off to go and do it, that's dumb, you won't do it. But if you're sitting there watching TV, stand up behind your seat and pump it up, and when you get tired, pull the seat back and quickly sit down before you fall down.
10 years ago, Boxer was in a bad way. He was nearly blind. His kidneys were failing. His legs had turned black and were about to be amputated. He had to make a change.
If somebody told me that I'll be like this now, yeah, I couldn't believe it. But you had to go walk that road first and you got the end. Yeah.
Paul Hayter is lucky to be alive. He's had type 2 diabetes for 26 years.
I was 165 kilos. Fat, lazy, didn't want to walk anywhere. They said I should have been dead. And even after that, I just didn't believe I had it, yeah. I just thought, oh yeah, I'll get over this, you know. Used to be as far as I could go, but today I think I can make it to the top. I've had my children on my back and telling me to do it properly for a little while now, and hopefully I won't, you know, fall off and do the wrong things again.
When Paul's wife died, he became depressed. He put on so much weight he couldn't stand up on his own.
No wonder I live here, eh? Look at the beautiful scenery. Looks like I made it. It's great to get up here. I think about my wife. I think about all my family. And how they all believe in me.
You have to understand what he's trying to deal with in his mind. I saw it kick him in the shins a bit, like he's failing, doubt and fear. His favourite word was, I can't. His moods would be up and down a lot. You could see him suffering emotionally. You could see him frustrated at himself for doing that. But he just couldn't get out of that hole.
I was a band player. I played in bands. I worked during the day, all day, and I played from 7 o'clock at night till 1:30 in the morning, you know, and got home, hopped in the bed, slept for 3 hours and went back to work. There's no work in the country and you got to send all your kids away. So 6 of my boys live in Australia and work in it, and my one daughter, she stays in our house in Otara. The only thing I have a problem with is the European dietitian. I said, I don't eat your food. Don't go near it, you know. I said, get all my Māori food and that's it. Tell me how much kin I can eat, how much mussels, how much power I can eat, how much crayfish I eat. That's the food I eat, you know. And they said, and she goes, Race, I haven't done a study like that. And I said, well, I'm a Māori. Yeah, you can't just like a Chinese ethnic, you can't say even no more rice. You don't know nothing but rice. And us as Maori, I had Maori bread, fried bread, whatever on the bread, all the bread you can eat. That's what I had for tea last night. But the whole frame, but with the head, with pack and save head. National diet? Yeah. Fried bread, right? And all the malays and the thing, this is on the table all the time. You're allowed to eat about 3 a day, but you can't go and eat 20 of them. You end up in a wheelchair, minus a leg. Everything in moderation, eh?
We'd like to be healthier, but it's more flavour, I think.
Yeah, it's after function, a kai, for the people and for the players. Every hui up here is a cultural thing of having a kai at the same time, eh?
We're testing my bloods to find my level of sugar in my body. I do it 3 times a day. It just has to be done. If I don't do that, well, it can affect my kidneys and have kidney damage and lose your limbs. 9.8. Must be nearly lunchtime. Before, it was always high and I had no real control and didn't know how much insulin I was supposed to take, and yeah, until I moved home, and then I decided to change my life.
When I was in Auckland, I just wanted to come home to be with Wairua up here, and the peace and the quiet and serenity. Yeah, it's magic up here. And it did a lot for my mind. It means that I'm at peace. I hate lettuce, but I have to eat it.
In an effort to turn Paul's life around, his daughter Letitia and her husband moved up north with him.
You making lunch, Dad?
Yep.
What are you having?
This?
Where's the cucumber? When we first moved home, I'd make all the sandwiches to make sure that he got all his nutrition in. So now, 4 months into it, he has to make his own.
I'm eating healthy now and it's not really a burden.
When we go into town, I still see Dad wanting to sneak stuff. So pies and deep fry stuff.
Just sometimes can't control the urge.
I used to get really worked up about it because we sacrifice so much to come home and to help him every day, and just trying to encourage him rather than get on his back about making a wrong choice, encourage him to make a better choice. It was a big decision with my husband and I to move back to the Wops. In Auckland, I couldn't give everything I could to him because I was always working. Everything that I've seen since being home has reassured me that it was the best decision we've made.
Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we're truly grateful for this wonderful day, and we're especially grateful for this food.
I was a hopeless diabetic. I didn't really know the outcomes of my habits, and it was pretty sad because I could have just killed myself and by not doing it.
He needs to live. We already buried our mum. We didn't want to bury our dad. You know, he was choosing to not do anything at that time. And to me, that wasn't a good enough reason.
Christina Moranga is the only diabetes nurse for miles.
90% of people with diabetes don't have any symptoms, and so, well, I feel fine, so why would I be worrying about me when all these other things need attention? With diabetes, you can feel really well, so trying to explain to people that you've got a condition that's causing problems to your organs, but I feel fine, how does that relate? We have a free medical area in Hokianga, and so we're able to see more people because people will come before there's a problem rather than waiting for the complications of diabetes before they seek help. Boxer was diagnosed with diabetes some years ago when he had complications. So he's had to really work at getting his health right. So I said to him, well, Boxer, if you don't do something about your diabetes, you're going to be dead within a few years, and you've got your mokopuna here, you need to be, you know, around for them. He was really upset at that thought. So Boxer started doing stuff, and he shows a way that it can be done so that he can still be healthy with his disability. Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Say hanakai.
This is 121, jumping, 1222.
So it's 148 down to 122.
Yeah.
That's a huge change. For somebody who is at end stage kidney failure, you actually are very healthy. You guys have cracked it. You've really got on top of the diabetes.
Yep.
You're organised with the dialysis.
Yes.
And I'm just so impressed with how you have actually pulled through those really hard times.
We had our bad times. There was times I used to scream and yell at him and throw things at him.
You hung in there, and that's
Yes, I
just so
did.
awesome.
To hear that you're not long on a life support, on the dialysing machine, that only keeps you alive temporary, and it sort of really got to me.
Mm-hmm.
It got that bad where I was going to see someone that I could talk to about what I was going through.
I wanted her to get my gun and shoot that one first and shoot that one second. Now you feel better?
Yeah, and that's how we used to talk all the time.
Yeah.
You know, get the gun and shoot me in the legs and shoot me in the head and all that.
Yeah, I wasn't suicidal, but the pain...
That was just the pain, I think.
The pain was so much to tolerate.
Yeah, we've come a long way. We have.
Yeah, take it there.
Paul has his bad days and he has his good days. If he can keep his sugars where they are, there's not much likelihood of him needing dialysis. Kia ora, Paul. Good to see you.
How you been?
Good, thank you. Yeah, so show me your book. How's your blood sugars been doing?
Oh, up and down, but mostly
down?
mostly the right way.
Okay. So here we are today. Pretty good. Look at this, right down to 6.7.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a time there where there was a bit more high, but this was great up here. So what happened in this time, Paul?
I was in Auckland
Oh, yeah. Okay, so...
and I was eating the wrong food.
Uh-huh.
And I knew I was doing it, but I couldn't stop because I was in Auckland in town. That's why I like it up here.
Yeah.
Because you don't go to the shop, you know.
Yeah, so you're not tempted.
Not tempted.
So if you carry on with your weight reduction like you're doing, because you've lost 12 kgs this year already, you are going to need less insulin. And the less insulin you have, the less hungry you'll be. And therefore, the more weight you'll be able to lose. You won't get right off insulin, but hey, you're going to be able to reduce it right down.
One of my goals is to get my insulin levels down, you know, so that I can be more active and look after my mokopuna when they all arrive. I want to be around for them,
Definitely.
you know, because, you know, they lost their grandmother, so the best thing I can do is stay around for them.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the biggest motivation for me, is to get on track.
This is what I do every other night, set his machine up and get him ready to go on.
Basically, it's an artificial kidney, but the difference, yours goes 24/7, this only goes 6 hours. And so if I dialyse every second day, that means I can carry a normal life. And so I do it at night time so I can get my daytimes all to myself. I've been dialysing now for 6 years. I'm on a waiting list for a kidney. I wasn't on the waiting list for the first 3 years of dialysis because I was too fat, too heavy, and I had complications. And then after that, I developed and learned how to live with it. The weight came down. I came within the parameters of having a kidney. I've been on it for the last 3 years waiting for a kidney now. The machine is just keeping me alive and keeping me fit. I eat the right stuff and look after myself, keep my exercises up so I can be strong. So when I do get a kidney, I can stand the operation. Yeah, if you're not fit, they're not going to operate. That's for you, waste of time, you drop dead. Yeah, just happy to be alive and fit. There's a lot of guys that they're struggling, yeah.
This is my newest garden I planted, getting ready for the winter. I've always been big. They'd always say it was because I had my dad's genes, but I can't use that as an excuse anymore. Am I on a healthier path? Have I made conscious decisions today for my health tomorrow? I planted 6 and I've got 6 growing, so I'm pretty proud of myself. So here's our tamarillos. Mum planted these trees. We've got red ones and orange ones. And this is ruraho. It's a delicacy in our culture. It's a beautiful green. It's nice in boil-ups. Boil-ups aren't that good apparently, but if you have lean meat and lots of greens, it's really good for you. When you're in the city, there's so many takeaways, there's so many fast food outlets that just make it easier to not cook good food, or it's no time to do the shopping, things like that. So I just love being home and being able to go to my supermarket outside and get what I need from the garden that I've grown, and I actually had to dig, so there's some free cardio. We're doing it, you know, me and my husband, because we want to be able to have children. I don't want to not have children because I didn't overcome a weakness.
These gardens, I just planted this one last week, and they're just like this. And I use my power shell for weeding. You don't have to bend down in this garden. You feed the plants, and they feed you. And it's good therapy. Now this is pu'ai here. They're growing in amongst my lettuce seeds that I just threw in. That's a good feed. That's a good feed. And it's not electric pu'ai either. This is the home orchard here. It's got 2 trees of 20 varieties of different plums, 4 lots of different pears, 6 lots of feijoas, guavas. It feeds all my kids and anybody else that would think they need a lot of plums. It feeds them, feeds our community and our kids and times. It feeds the football players, the orange now, like in the winter time. When they come up here, they stop here, full of 2 bags of oranges to go off to football.
All right, Dad. Defend your title, boy.
Yeah, boy.
You know, it's ridiculous. You can go into a supermarket and pay $3 for a lettuce, but you pay $1 for a packet of chips. That's something that needs to change for our country. We're struggling on a normal household budget to accommodate the nutritious needs of our children.
Yeah, this is the barn house we call. And made it like this where when all my kids come home, there's plenty of room. Teach all my mokopunas to eat the whole range of kai. The ones that won't eat, they sit beside me. Yeah, then you tempt them with a big ice cream on one plate. And if you eat all that, you get this. You don't eat that, I'll give this one to the pig. All of them tend to want to eat rubbish. They all want to eat rations and potato chips. Up here, they eat what I eat. Yeah, there's no K-fries up here, my boy. We have 3 deep freezers. There's 2 out there, and there's about a whole cow in out there, and about a half a cow in here. But it's got roast beef, roast things, it's got prawns, it's got the wife's ice cream in here, everything.
What's it I hear about ice cream?
Oh, she's got ice cream in here, I don't... She eats
He goes to the marae, and his nurse rings me up and says, Christine, his blood sugar, it's over something, it's way over above. And I said, Linda, he eats at the marae. She goes, well, next time he goes to the marae, Christine, slap a note on his forehead and say, don't feed this monkey pudding. So that's what I do.
How many are you going to do? 20? He's wanting to be happier. He's in control of his diabetes. He's looking after himself. He's talking a lot more to people. It's been small steps. He didn't just go from being super depressed to being magically awakened. It's been learning and growing every day. Even though it's in the chair, it's still good work, because before he never even used to be able to get out of low chairs. Like, he would struggle like he's an 80-year-old man.
It's paying off.
He's doing all right, Dad. For Dad, he kind of didn't see what his purpose was anymore. What was his role in the family. His kids take care of him. They sort everything out, and Dad just gets to have nothing to do, really. So helping him see that, hello, you can still be our dad.
I've become a pin-up person. You go to Whangarei Hospital, you can see it on the lift, keep fit the box away. You know, I just get in my seat when I'm watching TV, and this is all I do. I just sit up and I just go like this. Just go like that. You start off with little squats like that, hanging on the seat for balance, and you just bend them around until you can go right down a little bit and up. And that's life. And just keep doing it. And as you progress down, you start to can go down without touching anything. Then one day you find you can reach the ground. You can reach the ground. They're only little things, but they're enough. Sit standing on your toes, and when you get tired, you hurry back to your seat, and you lift your legs off the ground. That's the one. And you can do that anywhere. In church, I do it in church. In the marae, do it. Pull my legs and push off the ground. Push them down, pull the heels together, squeeze tight, relax. And Māoris have before never looked after themselves. They just, life's too good to worry about looking after yourself. Ate waka mate hoi, they just, in time, we all gonna die. I'm gonna get run over by a train. That's what I see. That's how I'm gonna die. So I live in Pangaru and there's no trains here, so I'm gonna live a long time.
Thank you.
He didn't really have any goals at first. So I just told him to think of his grandchild. Picture what she's doing in 2 years' time, and is he there with her? Is he playing with her? He cried because the person he saw, I believe, wasn't the man he wanted to be. But a weakness has to be mastered. You have to master your weaknesses, and it means work and dedication and constant commitment, and it's great. But yeah, it is hard.
I'm feeling great because I'm way ahead of what I was. Don't have sugary foods, don't have drinks with sugar. Yeah, just keep off the sugar mainly, and doing heaps better now.
I didn't come home to be his personal aide. He has to do it. He's not just gonna lie in bed all day. He has to get up and do everything that he can. And as soon as I hear him say the word I can't, I try and understand why he thinks he can't and try and help him. Because when you show them the more that they can, then they just get more and more confident. It makes every sacrifice worthwhile when you just see him smiling and doing. I love it. It's the greatest feeling inside that you can feel. It's good, Dan. Have a look back. You see how much you've actually done.